Hello fam, it's your boy Harvey. I wanted to talk a little bit about my Dopefiend behavior patterns. When I came in the game, my behavior patterns just exacerbated when I got into using hard drugs. Because I wasn't no spring chicken to having bad behavior patterns before I even got on drugs. The drugs just took it to a whole nother level. I was doing all types of, things to be able to keep up with my drug habits. But like I say, when I was a young boy, very young, before I was even, we're gonna say 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, I had terrible behavior patterns already in life. I was doing all sorts of things, breaking laws, I was just running wild. But then I got a little, then I, became a teenager and got on drugs. The hard drugs, When I got on the hard drugs, that really just took things to another level, right? I started, taking things, stuff, and I just, that just, kept on happening, on and on and on. I was just taking stuff, to be able to, take care of my, addiction. So that went on for years. I was just taking to be able to, supply my addiction to drugs. But it got to a point though, where as though all that changed though, a little later on in life, I made up my mind, right, that's who I wasn't going to be after, running into this and that type of knowledge, and I know God didn't like, the things that I was doing, so I changed, my behavior patterns. God didn't put me here to be taken, from anybody, whether they be black people, white people, or whatever, I figured that out, that wasn't my nature, God didn't put me on earth for that, God had a purpose for me, and my purpose wasn't to, be taken, from people, so I figured that out, right? So, when I did get off of drugs, right, I realized that, that I can't be taken, from anybody. I came to that realization, like I say. So, after doing that for, so long, God gave me things, man, that was within my capacity, my ability, that I could, still do to be able to, have a livelihood and survive in this world, It just is not the same things that I was doing, when I was younger. He gave me other things to do to replace those things so that I could still, be able to make it in this world, even though I may have started on the wrong track. See, but it ain't where you start at, it's where you end at. See, you ain't got to be defined by your reputation. That's what I learned, Yeah, but change, man, change is good. You ain't got to stay where you at, man, just because you have a reputation for being a certain type of way, right? But like I say, I was way off. I was way on the other side of the track. But God, thank God, I was able to turn all that around, and God, showed me some things, how to do some other things. That played a part, in me getting better, with not using drugs. God, showed me and guided me. They say take one step, and God to take two or whatever, however that saying go. But yeah, you reach out to God, man, and you be sincere about it, man. Eventually, God to show you what to do with yourself and show you what you need to be doing with yourself, as opposed to what you were doing with yourself that wasn't, on track. It put you on the path. Yeah, but that's enough on that. But yeah, I do have my history, behavior pattern, like I said, was terrible. But God showed me, I made up my mind that I wanted to do something. I made repentance, and I was able to turn, my life around and got a second chance. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's that.